Morning, everyone. It's Craig here. Right. What am I doing today? Well, I've got a. I've had an idea for a long time, which yeah, where's the camera? There it is. Which about having a camper van rather than actually have a camper van, converting an old people carrier into a camper van. Now, I know this sounds a bit crazy, but I've actually seen it on the internet before. I actually saw once someone had converted an old London taxi into a camper van. Well, what I'm planning to do is convert a Citroen Picasso, or Citroen Xsara Picasso, in fact, into a camper van. I've owned the thing for, well, since 2013, and it's not run since 2017. So that's the plan. we'll um, we'll see how it goes. Now, why don't I write a script? Why do I always just pick up the phone and start recording? Right. Certain things I've been thinking about. It's going to need mains electricity, which we can do using a what's called an inverter, which we're looking at. So it runs off. It converts the 12-volt supply from the car battery into 230, 240 volts. It's actually 230 volts, but in the UK we still think it's 240 volts, but that's another issue. Um, the volts required. So I was going to start talking about root mean squared and RMS voltage, but forget that. I was about to go off on a tangent, but let's get back to it. So it's going to have an inverter, which will convert the 12 volts supply from the battery into a 230-volt supply, which we can plug mains equipment into. So we'll be able to use low. Well, I can't actually, off the top of my head, remember whether the inverter I have what the power rating is in watts. So I can't say it's going to run a kettle because I don't actually think a kettle from memory is about 2,000 watts power. I don't think it can provide that much. So we'll either have to get a new inverter or think of another way to boil our kettle. But having mains electricity obviously is useful for charging. I would say charging mobile phones, but again, we could charge that off the cigarette lighter using an adapter. But other things like well, I don't know. Use your imagination. What do we want mains voltage for? Normal things that we'd want to plug in that won't run off 12 volts. So we need an inverter. Now, I've slept in this thing before. This it's actually a 2003 Citroen Xsara Picasso 2 litre HDI diesel. So I should check I'm still recording. I when I used to work up in South Shields, it's about 3 mile away, 3 hours away from Lincoln, up the A1 and etc. It was A1 8 to 19. That's what I'm thinking. It was blooming freezing trying to sleep in that in the winter because I actually slept in it when I first started working up there because I didn't have anywhere particularly to stay, not at a affordable price. So I slept in it. Now the people carriers such as the Citroen Xsara Picasso are quite good in respect that you can remove the back seats. They you click a lever and they come out, so it turns it into like a van type structure. You've got a flat black floor. The only downside I found when sleeping in it, I'm 6 foot tall, and if you put your head near the back of the car to sleep, it's got a flat surface. When your feet fall down, there's because obviously you've got the bit. If you imagine you have your seats are in place, there's a like a dip. What's the word I'm looking for? Where the where your feet go. You know what I mean? You sit on the seat and your feet go down into a bit of a lower level. Now, when you take the back seats out, what you find is, I'm saying from experience, you're sleeping in it. someone who's 6 foot, your feet are hanging over the dip where your feet normally would go if you were sat on the chair. So what I used to do is I used to stuff like my bag and various things to higher it up, but we can do better than that. So what we're going to need to do is make the bit where your feet go up to the same level as the back rear platform with the seat removed, if that makes any sense. It'll make sense when I start filming this. So that then we'll be able to lie out flat and sleep in it. Now, other things I've been thinking about is where are we going to storage. So I'm proposing at the moment to raise, well, the bit where your feet go, that could be a storage compartment. So go with a flat panel over it, which is hinged, which then allows storage. I might even raise the height slightly of the floor and have storage underneath that, and that would be useful for obviously for extra storage. Now this is very much an initial video about an initial idea. So what else? So we've got electricity sorted out now. We've got the sleeping platform sorted out. What else can we need? Right. As I said before, it's cold. So insulation is something we're going to need. And we obviously don't want to we don't want to put anything in that's going to make the weight too high, because it's going to more weight, more fuel, slower acceleration. It's not the most powerful car in the first place. It's a 2 litre diesel, but it's built more for economy than speed, performance. So we save some weight by taking the seats out, taking the rear seats out, but we don't want to load. But then we're going to have to put in the structure for the I'm going to build to turn it into a camper van. So we're going to I've got to bear that in mind, that we don't want to add the weight up too much. So what's I going to say? So we're going to regarding insulation, I want to put insulation into the side panels, but not so much that it makes it too heavy, if that makes any sense. Okay, so yeah, that is the plan. That is going to be a side project. I've got a few other side projects, such as the Alfa Romeo on the go. The Alfa Romeo at the moment, doing the electric conversion on that, it's just organising finance really is the stumbling block with that at the moment, and I'm also under pressure really to do something with the Citroen that's been sat outside for a while. So I thought, well, if something's happening with it, yeah, it's more acceptable. The Citroen, yeah, as I said, it hasn't run since 2017, so it's going to need a bit of work on it. The initial look, it usually starts as soon as I put a battery on it. Initial looking at it though, I think one of the tyres has gone flat. The tyre seems to have split, but I can put the spare on to get that going. The near side, that's the passenger side, bearing in mind this is a UK car, so the left side, if you're looking at it from the back, is the sill is going to need patching, because they're quite prone to rusting sills, and this one's been rusting for years. But the rest of it actually looks surprisingly solid. It's just that water gets into the sill, and yeah, I think it's going to need either replace the sill or patch it just to make it nice and strong again. Apart from that, it was perfectly all right when I stopped using it in November 2017. I stopped using it basically because I got given another car. Yeah, so we're going to work on the structure for the camping bit, the electrical systems with the inverter, getting the car back on the road, and then any mechanical repairs, and then getting an MOT for it, and the insulation, which I don't think I just mentioned. Maybe I did. It's Saturday. I'm not. I'm not awake. There's no script to this video. I'm just making it up. So that's where I'm at. And I thought if I make a YouTube video about it, I might actually make some more progress with it. It's all very well thinking about these things, but actually starting. So, right, let's think of a target. So I'll get it on the road by, let's say, end of the year. Yeah, December the 31st will be the target. If it goes to December the 31st, I haven't done anything about it. I might be deleting this video, but no, no, that's the target. And next, let's see, April the 4th, 2023. There's no particular reason for that date. I just made it up. So get it on the road for December the 31st. By April the 4th, 2023, I'll drive it. Well, yeah, I'll drive it to Portugal. Where in Portugal am I going to drive it to? Let's think. Think of some names in Portugal. Castelo Branco. Castelo Branco. It's a city in the centre. It's in central Portugal. I've never been there, but I've seen I've seen it online. So yeah. So 4th of April 2023, I'll drive the Picasso to Castelo Branco. That'll be the day I set off. We'll see where we go from there. Right. Yeah. So that's basically what I'm thinking about at the moment and today. So wish me luck. While we're here, quick look around the room. What we got here? Right. That is a Marconi FM signal. I'm not giving over. FM signal generator, and a couple of DC power supplies, an old railway lamp, pictures of a meet of Morris miners that I in France, which I did when I was a teenager, a cap, an Intel radio. Yeah, nothing much happening in here. Nothing really. What else is there? A trio sideband transceiver, cap from the European Space Agency. This strange wireman thing I made. Yeah. And there's a bed in the corner. Yeah, you can tell this is from the spare bedroom. And a Intel DMR digital two-way radio, DMR standard. So that's it for me for now. Yeah, say there's I tend to just make these videos up. If I thought about it, I would have plugged in the external microphone so the sound was better. But where's the fun in that? I hope it's been vaguely interesting. That's what I'm thinking about with the Picasso at the moment. So key dates: 31st of December 2022 to get it back on the road. 4th of April 2023 to start driving it to Castelo Branco in Portugal. Okay, thanks. This is Craig, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.